So after approximately half an hour's worth of grinding, we've got all these materials. All this cobbled deep slate is going to be really, really useful when I come to do my mega base. I'm going to need absolutely tons of the stuff. Now, I'm not going to give away too much as to what I'm actually going to be building, but it is going to require a lot of cobbled deep slate. So you guys are going to have to wait and see what that is. Now, overall, that was a really good haul, I think. We didn't get a lot of gold. However, we got 9 diamonds. I did use 3 of them to make the pickaxe. We got quite a lot of copper, which I'm really happy about. The lapis was actually borrowed from Nick, so I'll be giving that back shortly. And also, we got a nice lot of redstone. Now, the next thing that I actually want to do is build a rather large storage silo, because I'm going to be needing a lot of resources, especially when it comes to my mega base. So I want to make a start on that. And then also, I'm going to probably need to get myself some armor, because we are on hard mode on this server. And just before I started recording this little segment here, I got attacked by zombies and they hit really hard, like really hard. So I need to get myself some armor. That being said, the diamonds that I've got, I don't really want to be using on armor just yet. I'd rather save those for tools. So I've actually got some iron that I'm going to be using to make some armor. So let's go and do that. I don't think I've actually had any armor on yet. So, hey, nice little advancement. Feels good to have some armor back on, even though I am a little bit naked on my bottoms. And come to think of it, one of the things I've actually found incredibly difficult to find in this new update, 1.18, is iron. The generation has changed dramatically, so trying to find it in 1.18 now is going to be a bit of a challenge. However, Mojang did actually release a chart as to where you can find things, how things are generated, and in what quantities at what levels. So I'm definitely going to be checking that out, and then let's go and get some more iron. So I've decided to head south because, well, you've got to pick a direction, so you might as well go one way. And there was a little bit of a cave down there that I explored and managed to get a little bit of iron, but nothing too much. I'm just heading down here now, and oh, what's that in the distance? Oh, that was looking promising. The idea is that I'm looking for higher ground because, as you'll see on this map that I'm going to put on the screen, the higher up you go, the more iron there is. Now, we're currently at Y level 72, so I want to get a little bit higher and see if we can get anywhere near 100. Higher would obviously be nicer, but anywhere around there I think it would be a great way to get some extra iron. That being said, it is getting towards nighttime now, so I really need to do something about this. Okay, gravy. So, oh, cows. Definitely going to need me some more food. Oh, there's a nice looking cave there. Oh, and a lava pool. Oh, well, really got to be careful of that. That's one of the things I'm really finding in 1.18 is that you've really got to be careful about the terrain. It's just so unpredictable now. Anyone who played Amplified beforehand, it's kind of similar to that, I think. Obviously some major differences as well, but overall it just feels like it's a more volatile version of the old game, which is actually quite exciting. It's a little bit scary sometimes because I'm not used to it, but we'll get there. At the moment, I'm just trying to scope the place out and trying to see what's the best way of getting in, but then also perhaps a good way of getting out again. Because if I run into some trouble, I'm going to want a quick exit. Cow! And yeah, just in case anyone hasn't noticed, I'm not going to go down the route of Mumbo Jumbo, Peace, Love and Plants. I'm more of a green where, you know, anything goes. Right, so we can see there's some iron up there, so let's go up there. And hopefully it'll be quite a rich vein. I think that the extra big veins, where they just continue for almost forever, are actually a lot lower in the world. We can try and look for those at some point in the future. Oh, so we can try and look for those at some point in the future, but as for now, yeah, nice little pocket of it there. So we currently have 26 iron. I'm hoping to try and get a full stack if I can. I'm obviously not going to need to get too much, because at some point I am going to be wanting to make a iron farm. Although I must admit, that looks like an amazing cavern down there. And yeah, as soon as I get anything like Aqua Affinity and like Respiration 3, I'll definitely be on that. This stuff always kind of makes me laugh, just floating islands or pieces of land. It kind of looks broken, but also it just keeps the whole world interesting, which is amazing. Okay, so we're at the side of the mountain. I think I'm just going to do a little bit of mining into it and kind of see where it takes us. So let's jump into a time lapse. Okay, so unfortunately, that wasn't the most fruitful of mining sessions, but we did manage to get a little bit of extra iron, we got some copper, so it's not all bad. It just means we're going to have to find some higher ground. So that's what I'm going to do next. First, let's get some more of this iron, and I can finally craft some pants. A complete set, yes. I do wish sometimes that the render distance was a little bit bigger on these servers. Unfortunately, if it does get any bigger, it introduces quite a lot of lag, so they're just going to be leaving it as is. But as you can see behind me, that looks like another promising area, so we're going to go and try there next. Okay guys, so it's been a few days since that last clip, and you'll have noticed that there's a bit of a change of scenery. I've decided to move areas mainly because me and Nick are on completely different time differences, you know, in terms of like America, UK, that kind of thing. So it's kind of made things just a little bit easier for us to work on our own projects here and there in our own time, and we're not having to kind of, you know, change our schedules up too much in order to be on at the same time. That being said, I will of course be working with Nick in the future, and I'm really looking forward to that. Of course, moving to a new area means that I need to have a new house. So as you saw me building this in the time lapse, this is going to be my brand new starter base. The idea of this is going to be a bit more of a lake house type feel. As you can see, we've got a little bit of a veranda over there, and we've got an A-frame roof. I always really like the look of the design on these. I saw a few that Grian's done and a few other YouTubers, and I just absolutely love the aesthetic of this. Now, while I have been on a bit of a grind for resources, unfortunately I wasn't able to get too much, just down to lack of time. For those of you that don't know, I actually own my own business, so I don't really get too much time to play Minecraft. That being said, in between this episode and the next one, I will be doing a massive grind. I'll try and get a time lapse of that for you guys, but unfortunately I have run out of time for this episode. So I actually feel like we've got quite a lot done this episode. I went on a bit of an adventure, got some resources, managed to have a bit of a chat with some of the other guys on the server, which is always nice, and I've built the starting and the frame of this brand new starter house. I'm really looking forward to getting this done. I've got a few more bits on the structure to do, and also then decorate the insides. All that interior design, it's never really been my strong suit, but I'm really looking forward to giving it a go. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. I see you, Mr. Enderman.